It's another one of the Massachusetts affidavits. Raymond Frederick Roger. I have known Rita since January 4th, 1994, when she and her boyfriend Eddie moved in a room at 257 Broadway, where I am the manager. I've had conversations with her on a number of occasions until she moved out about the middle of July. The owner of the property ordered them out because of complaints of domestic violence. For example, on a Sunday morning in July, around 4 a.m., she yelled out the window for me to call the police. I did, and they made her boyfriend take a walk. A couple of dozen times while they were there, I heard fighting. On July the 3rd, 1994, I was playing guitar at someplace in Methuen. I got through at 5 p.m. and got home at 20 minutes to 6. With me at the time were Charlene, her daughter Elaine, Gary, Lionel, and his son Lionel Jr. We were all in the apartment building at that time. I was inside my first floor apartment. Elaine came from the second floor with a door lock and said she had found it on the floor outside Rita's apartment. I took the lock upstairs and knocked on Rita's door. She came to the door holding her stomach. I asked what was wrong. A few minutes later, she said, "My ex-husband came and beat me up." I offered to call her boyfriend Ed at work. I called him from my phone downstairs. Then I went back upstairs to tell her he was on his way. I knocked at the door and there was no answer. Gary called me and told me he found a cat that was bleeding. He said he found it in the toilet bowl in the toilet 3 to 4 feet outside Rita's room. It is the toilet she uses. I called animal control. Judy had left her room and I didn't know where she went until a tenant told me he saw her at the Garen's package store on Broadway. I saw her come home about 9:30 or 9:45. She was crying. She sat on the ground in the backyard and said, "He got me again. Rick, he got me. He pulled me into the car and took me to the boatyard." Ed asked her if he raped her, and she said yes. At one point, Rita asked Charlene to help her. I saw Charlene remove a closed can of beer from Rita's waistband. I called an ambulance, and Rita refused to go with the paramedic. Rita and Ed then went upstairs. Rita told me and Ed and Charlene that the ex-husband kicked in her door, punched her, and then stabbed the cat and said, "This is what is going to happen to you next." She said the ex-husband forced her to go to the boatyard in his car.